long before the pyramids pierced the skies of Egypt, before the Great Wall snaked across China's mountains, there was a land between two rivers, the Tigris and the Euphrates. A land where humankind first built cities, wrote stories, and sought the meaning of gods and kings. This is the story of Sumer, the birthplace of civilization. Welcome to Arrows Connected, where we travel back through time to rediscover the lost chapters of human history. In what is now southern Iraq, 5,000 years ago, the first seeds of urban life took root. The Sumerians transformed a harsh desert into a web of fertile farmlands. Using irrigation canals, they tamed the unpredictable floods of the rivers, creating abundance where once there was only dust. They called their land Ki-Engir, the land of the noble lords. To the rest of the world, it would become known as Sumer, the cradle of civilization. In Sumer, something extraordinary happened. People began living together in great numbers. Villages grew into towns, and towns into the world's first cities: Uruk, Ur, Lagash, Kish, and Eridu. Uruk stood as a jewel of the ancient world. Its massive walls stretched over 9 kilometers, guarding more than 50,000 people, a marvel unmatched for millennia. It was the city of the legendary King Gilgamesh, whose epic became humanity's first great story. The Sumerians built temples called ziggurats, tiered towers rising toward the heavens, symbols of power and devotion. At their heart stood the belief that gods lived above and kings ruled below as their earthly representatives. Around 3200 BCE, in the bustling workshops of Uruk, a simple idea forever altered human destiny: writing. To keep track of trade and taxes, Sumerian scribes pressed wedge-shaped marks into clay using reed styluses. This script, known as Cuneiform, was the first written language in history. From trade receipts to epic poetry, from laws to prayers, cuneiform became the tool that carried knowledge through the ages. Because of it, Sumer's voice still whispers to us across 5 millennia. Without Sumer, there would be no history, only memory. Life in the early cities was complex. To maintain order, the Sumerians devised the first legal systems. They created courts, contracts, and written laws long before Hammurabi's famous code. One tablet reads, "If a man owes grain and does not pay, the court shall seize his field." Simple, but revolutionary. It was the beginning of justice, written not by divine command, but by human reason. The Sumerians saw their gods everywhere, in the storm, in the river, in the stars above. Their chief deity, Anu, ruled the heavens. Enlil commanded the air and storms. Inanna, the goddess of love and war, embodied passion and power. Every city belonged to a god, and the ziggurat was its divine bridge, a stairway for mortals to reach the heavens. Priests interpreted the will of the gods through dreams, sacrifices, and celestial signs. The afterlife, however, was not paradise. The Sumerians believed the dead descended into a dim underworld, a shadowy reflection of life above. It was a somber view of eternity, but one that shaped later beliefs across Mesopotamia. The Sumerians were not only spiritual, they were astonishingly scientific. They divided the year into 12 months, the circle into 360 degrees, and measured time in 60 minutes per hour, a system we still use today. They observed the stars, tracked the movements of planets, and predicted eclipses with remarkable accuracy. Their priests were also astronomers, seeing in the sky the order of the universe. They invented the plow, the wheel, and advanced irrigation systems. Each innovation turned survival into civilization. A day in a Sumerian city was filled with rhythm. Farmers carried grain to the granaries. Merchants bargained for lapis lazuli and copper brought from distant lands. Children learned cuneiform in schools called edibus, while musicians filled the streets with harps and drums. Society had its order: kings and priests at the top, followed by merchants, craftsmen, farmers, and slaves. Women, though often confined to the household, could own property and manage businesses, an early glimpse of gender equality. Their art reflected life: intricate jewelry, cylinder seals, and statues with wide, worshipful eyes, forever watching the gods. Peace in Sumer never lasted long. Each city considered itself independent, ruled by its own king, and each sought dominance over its neighbors. Wars erupted over water, trade routes, and pride. Bronze-tipped spears clashed on the plains, and walls rose ever higher. Around 2334 BCE, a man named Sargon of Akkad conquered Sumer's cities, forging the world's first empire, the Akkadian Empire. Under Sargon, the Sumerian culture spread far and wide, influencing languages, art, and law for centuries. Though Sumer was absorbed, its soul endured. Nothing lasts forever. The rivers that once gave life began to betray their people. Centuries of irrigation salted the soil, making it barren. Rival invasions from the Gutians to the Amorites shattered the unity of Sumer. By 2000 BCE, the once great cities lay in ruins. Ur, the shining city of the moon god Nana, fell to dust. The voices of scribes faded into silence. But Sumer was not lost. Its spirit lived on through those who inherited its wisdom.
the Babylonians, the Assyrians, the Persians, and eventually us. Every time we measure an hour, write a story, or sign a contract, we echo the world of Sumer. They taught us how to record our thoughts, to rule through law, to worship the unseen, and to dream of the eternal. The Sumerians turned survival into civilization. They transformed chaos into order, myth into history, and clay into words that never die.
Though time has buried their temples and silenced their songs, the people of Sumer still speak, through the language of every civilization that followed. For in the dust of their forgotten empire lies the story of all humanity. This has been Eras Connected. If you enjoyed this journey into the dawn of civilization, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us again as we uncover more forgotten stories that shaped our world.